The United States of America became a national symbol for freedom after the British monarchy was defeated. But imagine a world where a government judges individuals based on their race, gender, religion, and sexual orientation. Today, Americans are fighting for the right to marry within the same sex. Based on worldwide surveys, the countries that oppose the idea base their opinions off religious grounds. Today, I will persuade you to question the values that govern our nation. Some of our laws are based off religion. They need to be based off human rights. Also, legalization of same-sex marriages can take a lot of stress off the lesbian, bisexual, and gay community. Another thing that can reduce their stress is by legalizing them to be parents. Every year on the 4th of July, Americans celebrate their freedom. The freedom is celebrated thanks to General George Washington and 12 other men that fought for our freedom against King George. According to the Constitution, we are protected under the freedom of movement, freedom of speech, freedom of religion and assembly, and association, and our rights to respect of education. All humans are supposed to be born free. The Constitution also states that you can be free as long as you don't break any laws. According to the Marriage Act of 1976, there was no mention of any prohibition of same-sex marriage, meaning that same-sex marriage does not break the law. So why are gay couples being punished? Why are they being so discriminated on? Also, don't forget about Section 37. It states that in order to get married, both parties must willingly consent to marriage by not forcing or being threatened by anybody. So why is there arranged marriages? Because of religion? Why is that okay with us? Why are some people discriminated on if they don't go along with their arranged marriage? Those against gays and lesbian marriages often use their argument that homosexual couples are unfit parents and cannot produce a child naturally. So, therefore, you should not be allowed to marry. Since the sole reason for marriage is to produce a child, and because they can't produce it naturally, they shouldn't be allowed to be married. As you can see, the argument has already contradicted themselves. If the reason for marriage is to produce a child, then why are couples so stressed about getting married? And why is the arguer believing false information about gays raising children? There are many scientific proven facts that gay lesbian parents can raise a healthy, well-functioning child. A study done by the APA shows that children raised in a homosexual family usually end up becoming normal, especially around their peers. Another study states that, on average, children raised by lesbian homes had higher grades, more self-esteem, and were less likely to develop any behavioral problems. Going back to the word naturally, who decided that same-sex relationships were unnatural or an abomination? It wasn't science. Scientists have proved that many animals show same-sex companionship. According to zoologist Peter Bachman, roughly 1,500 different species of animals practice same-sex coupling. The last point I would like to make is that the gay-lesbian community is under a lot of stress. Receiving rights, benefits, and social acceptance is very important for all individuals. It helps build up confidence, but for whatever reason, gays can't receive that image. You find the person that you want to be with, you want to get married, but you can't. You aren't allowed to, meaning that the wedding reception is not valid. No vows, no meaning, no any legal rights. Say your partner is very sick. You may not be able to visit your partner because you aren't legally a spouse. If they die from their illness, all their important possessions could go to a distant cousin that they haven't seen in 20 years, all because of this gay rights. And all because you aren't legally married, even though you guys could have been together for years. That sounds like a very stressful life. Why should anybody have to experience that? Another thing that stresses out the gay-lesbian community is that the lack of social acceptance. Yes, there are people today that do accept gay rights, but there are lots of people who don't. And sure, that makes gay-lesbian community know that almost every day gay people get disrespected and get nasty reactions and rude, insulting comments. There are so many arguments against gay marriage, each as assumptive as the rest. The only thing that's stopping gay marriage is discrimination, religion, and ignorance and fear. The argument is very outdated, especially since marriage is about love, and especially since it's been 50 years since gay marriage was a big topic. Love has no boundaries. Love doesn't care if you are black, you're white, you're same sex, you're opposing sex. Love is love. Love does not care about how different people are in any way. Love is blind to its differences, similarities. Love is just love. Thank you.